got most of her ponies, so yeah, I think we always a secret. Here's the brake fluid, so I wonder if we've got a bad brake line or something. Howdy, and welcome back to the Addicted Motors YouTube channel. My name is Troy, and we're gonna kick this video off a little different. We're riding to the shop. Now, obviously, I'm in a Land Rover. I'm in my D2, staring at my temp gauge, because that's what you do in a D2. But we're going to the shop because we just got a call from a shipper that a new Land Rover has been dropped. And it's one I'm pretty excited about because this is another Rover Roulette auction purchase. Purchase for a friend and a repeat customer of ours who has always been looking for this specific truck, and we finally found one. And this one's coming out of New Jersey, and it's the one that you guys all want. And now again, nothing's perfect, right? So all the scenarios of what you want it cheap, you want certain years, you want a certain body style, you want a certain interior. Well, you can't have it all, but you can have, let's say, 4 out of 5. And what we're gonna go look at, and I wanna roll through this before we see it because I kind of set the tone here, is a 110,000 mile, 2009 L322 supercharged, and it's white and it has the good tan interior. Now, if you're new to the channel, an 08 to an 09 or an 07 to an 09 L322 supercharged is peak US market Land Rover, Range Rover, whatever you want to call it. It is the one I tell you to buy. It's the most reliable. It's the last iteration of the, let's call it the .2 series before the 5-liter, before all the, I wouldn't say issues, but the .3s, which is like, 5-liter facelifted L322, and it's the last of that age. Now, like always, we bought this sight unseen from an auction, again, in New Jersey. I think this is a 3 or 4 owner truck. There was interior pictures, there's exterior pictures, there's no running video, but what I saw was orange coolant. I saw hopefully 4 matching tires. I saw a good uncracked interior and a low mile rig that I watched drive across the auction block. Now, we were able to pick it up after the fact, didn't sell in the first go around. So we bought it for a gentleman, and then we sold to another gentleman because somebody really wanted it. So join me. We're gonna go give a first look at it. We'll be at the shop in a second and check it out, and you'll get a first-hand glimpse of what it really looks like, because who knows? Could be good, it couldn't be not good. That's why we call it Rover Roulette. Now, again, if you're interested in playing the game, let me know. Shoot me an email, addicted.motors.us@gmail.com, and I'll add you to our daily, hourly list of interesting auction trucks. And if there's something you guys want us to bid on, let me know, because in this day and age, most of us don't have time to go prancing around the county or the country looking at these trucks. Listen, these are toys, right? If you've got a little bit of disposable income, hit the button and it just shows up at the shop, and then we deal with the consequences, because all these things need a bunch of work anyway, and whether you buy one for 3 grand or 10 grand, you're gonna have the same amount of issues, so you might as well have some fun with it. So that's kind of the ethos behind what we're doing here. I have fun. We've gotten fairly lucky so far, and it's something to do. All right, pulling in now. Ooh, there it is. She's white. It's got the good wheels too. Man, they're good looking trucks. Now, we picked this one up. Now, all in, it was about 5 grand, right? So there's always about $1,000 of fees baked in beyond the actual purchase price when it comes to these auction trucks. All right. Shipping, buy fees, there's always an extra $1,000 worth of stuff. So first impressions, it looks okay. All right, grab the keys. So hey, that's a good start, right? 2 keys, that's what you want to see. You can always replace these bodies. So let's switch formats here. Now, the beauty when we do these auctions is, for a dealer to buy this and keep it on their lot and hope someone wants it, it's kind of a tough ask. So there's probably a lot of other people bidding on this for resale, but if you find a buyer and you find someone who wants this, it makes it a little bit easier for everybody. So here it is. What does $5,000 get you in the L322 world? Well, not a lot these days, and finding an 09 is, it's not as easy as it might sound. Man, so far, it looks pretty complete. All right, so let's start from the front. Check it out. The only thing I'm worried here is rust, right? It's potentially a New Jersey truck. So hand-cooked tire on the front. The tread's a little bit low, but it's doable. Still on air suspension. You can tell it's been detailed on the inside. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. You'd like to see them a little more unkept, but it's got okay rotors, pads and all that. Body looks straight down the side, so those are good signs. It's not all dented and dinged up. Looking at the underside, you got a little bit of crust and stuff, but not too bad. Here's the determining factor. When I look at pictures, I always want to see these arches, if there's bubbling or anything that's kind of starting back here. And this one looks okay. It's not perfect, but it looks pretty good. And you've got a Kumo on this one. All right, let me, here's the factor. Let's get down here and check out the back. Oh yeah, that looks okay. It's not rusted through. You can just scrape that off and you're good to go. So underbody looks fine. These tires, you get a little bit of pitting here. What's the date stamp? Where's she at? I don't know. It's on there somewhere. All right. Come around the back. Check this tailgate. See if there's any rust accumulating under there. Nope. Not anything bad. All right. Got that same little bit going on there. I don't know what that moisture is. Well, I have a problem lifting everything still. Here's what we saw in the pictures. Here's a little bit of rust starting right there. You can tell from rock chips and stuff. That's that's where it starts. And if I open the door, okay, good. It has not gotten to the rest of the rear sill. So that's a good sign. Come around the front. Ventus hand cook. So we do have, mostly matching tires all around. Paint on the hoods there, pretty good. You got semi-clear headlights. I know there's some paint missing on the roof, so that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. That's an easy fix. So I think the body on the exterior checks out fine. All right, let's jump inside. Now, the other thing I like about this is this interior. This is the best Range Rover interior. Make sure those floors aren't wet. Oh. All right, moment of truth. And again, this dash isn't ripped up or anything. All right, the battery's not dead. Still no check engine light, that's good. No chain rattle or anything. Do we have AC? But going back to it, you got the wood steering wheel. This steering wheel's nice. This is in really good condition. I think you did okay. The headliner's not sagging. It is a little moist in here. I wonder if those sunroof drains need to get cleared out. I've got a bit of a squishy brake pedal. I wonder if that rear is leaking a little. Maybe I wonder if that's brake fluid. I'm just gonna pull this around and let it idle. But let's walk through, pop the hood, check out the rest of the interior. Not getting a lot of cold AC, but we'll give it a second. Check this door sill too. All right, so yeah, a little bit coming through, not horrible. If you pull this off, you'll probably find a little more rust there. But all that is a fairly, I'm not gonna say it's a simple fix, but it just happens. That's anyone that exposed to any bit of corrosion, that's where it starts. All right, let's jump in the back. Ooh, we got the TVs. So I'm gonna watch all my programs. Man, this interior is great. These leather, it looks like it's just never been sat in, and you have the little headphone jacks, or the wireless going on here. You have one out of two. But yeah, the headliner's in good condition. Oh man, this is nice. I mean, listen, if you know, you know. Like, there's other more interesting cars in the world, but I find these to be, super reasonable and interesting. And an 09 in this condition with this interior, sign me up, guys. Sign me up. This is, I'm very happy with this. All right, mats. All right, so here's your mats. All of this matches. Spare tires in there. Uh-oh. Here's a secret. here's the brake fluid. So I wonder if we've got a bad brake line or something. So, always want to check. You know, it might have driven to auction. All right, so all that's there. All those bits. Come around over, check all these little compartments so we can see what we can find. What else we have in here? Ooh, okay. Rest of your audio equipment. Benz. Okay, whatever. So, very complete truck. We've got mats. Is this wet? It's a little wet. I don't know if it's coming from the mats. This is damp. I wonder if it's from the mats. I wonder if one of these mats is wet. I don't know. So, something to play with. This is rusty. These rust and break off, so not the end of the world. Let's check. Let's check that brake. Let's pop a hood. Yep, I knew this. Both of these are a little faded. It's okay. Woo! That is sexy. And that's, look at that. Good coolant. It's orange. It's at the right level, and you're barely hearing it run. All right, the brake fluid's full, so who knows? I'm sure there's some bit of something going on there, but we'll just leave that in the back for now. Nothing to report from the engine. That's good, that's healthy. We'll test the other functions here in a second. All right, so closing all the doors. Gonna reach in. It's locked and low. So let's raise her up all the way. And the air suspension is functional. She's all the way up. Nice. Nice. See if we can see anything else. Nope. All right, get a better look at that little damp spot there. Maybe that's fine. I don't know. Good looking truck though, guys. $5 grand. I kind of want it myself. This is not something I'd try to resell, but just as as the perfect daily rover, which is what L322's are good for. This is very decent. All right, let's see how she runs. Make sure that brake pedal's there. It's a little soft, but we've got some fluid. Let's see if the radio works. Yep, radio works. Okay. No AC, so gonna need a little chargy poo or something from your from the AC. We'll drop that suspension back down. Yeah, brakes are a little soft. Leave a little bit to be desired. Make sure the lights work. Yep, lights are on. All right, let's take it for a spin. No exhaust leak, good power, fairly responsive. We got a little bit of front end shimmy, probably could use control arms, they all do, but it's not horrible. I'm so used to the rumble of my L322 that a quiet one is it's a bit of a treat. I don't know if I should have done that. I don't regret it. Nope, I'm fine with it. Transmission shifts nice and quick. Really smooth shifts. That's a very good sign that it's got a healthy transmission. I have a theory about the transmissions on these, especially with the .3s with the 5 liter. I think it's just too much power for what those 6 speeds could hold over time. So this transmission is good. Is a really good sign at the overall health. All right, so we haven't given this car a full shakedown yet, so I don't want to go too far, but we're maintaining temp. She's got most of her ponies, so yeah, I think we got this interior is so great. Nice night too. Whew. You never know with the old Rover Roulette. I don't hate it. Man, kind of wish I kept this for myself. There you go, the backup camera even works. Wild. Blinking DSC light. I don't know what that is. I mean, it's the parking switch. I don't need that. Super nice night. Nice, cheap run around Rover. Do another little walk around this baby. Those front rotors actually look fairly new. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nope. Take that. So I'm not really sure what else there is to see here. We're gonna throw it up in the lift tomorrow, give it a shakedown, make sure it's kind of safe to drive, see if it passes state inspection. Give the customer a list of things that we'd suggest it needs. I'm gonna go ahead and say control arms, brake bleed or brake fluid. This brake's a little bit spongy, and AC charge, but you know, other than that, it seems okay, and that's pretty good. Transmission feels good, engine feels good. You know, seats and everything on the interior, cosmetically it's okay. Maybe a little bit of rust repair, a little bit of undercoating might, you know, make this thing last another 5 or so years, but 110,000 miles, yeah, you know, that's pretty low for one of these. These all have 150, 200,000 miles on them because these were driven and people are still driving them. They're just less and less available as normal trade-ins. And they're all 10 to 15 grand and plus or even more on Bring a Trailer, because that's kind of where nice one of these things end up. And I still think they work better as a driver than a showpiece. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check out the podcast. I'll link it below. And check out the rest of my videos. We've got plenty of information about buyer's guides and how to find these things. And follow me on Instagram for all the updates if you're interested in a truck like this. So catch you on the next one. BMW Rover.